Welcome to The Soft Life with me, Candy Washington, where we explore all things self-love, manifestations, and relationships with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. So be sure to subscribe, share, and join us on Patreon. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. So before we dive into today's key, which is Katie Maloney, is saying that Ariana Maddox is grossed out by Tom Schwartz, and I'm sure Katie is equally grossed out given the fact that, Tom Schwartz basically allowed himself to be played, and as the Ponzi between Tom Sandoval and Raquel's affair, and also it being known that Tom Sandoval and Raquel had sex in her car. All very gross indeed. But before we dive in, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and share. So with that, let's go. So this is according to Us Weekly. It says, not on the best terms. Katie Maloney offered an update on where Ariana Maddox and Tom Schwartz stand after he helped cover up Tom Sandoval's affair with Raquel, and things are not looking good. Of course she's upset. She's grossed out with him. The Vanderpump Rules star said on the Tuesday, May 16th episode of the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast. I think the way Tom Schwartz is saying he found out about the affair in January, then in that case, you needed to tell her. Side note, we all know that's a lie. We know that Tom Schwartz knew about Raquel and Tom Sandoval way before January. In the clips that we're seeing of the promos of the reunion, there's even that moment where Tom Schwartz says, "Oh, I knew in August." And Tom Sandoval's like, "Wait, you knew in August? And then Lala calls them out and she's like, "Oh, wait, you guys didn't get your timeline straight." So clearly Tom Schwartz knew before January, but I also think he knew before August. I think the affair has been going on for a very long time, and Tom Schwartz knew, and his whole tomfoolery, pretending like he was making out with Raquel and there was something going on there, was nothing but a big red herring and diversion at the expense of both Ariana and Katie's feelings. But let's keep going. Maloney, who announced her split from Schwartz 40 in March of 2022, noted that her ex-husband never told on his business partner in the past, but he is saying he just found out. They have been covering for each other for the years in their gross ways, she added. Bravo viewers originally tuned in to season 10 of Vanderpump Rules to see Schwartz shockingly hook up with Raquel amid his divorce from Katie. However, things took a turn on and off screen when news broke in March that Sandoval 40 was cheating on Ariana with Raquel. In response, the You're Gonna Love Me podcast host slammed Raquel for her behavior towards her co-stars. "I gave you every opportunity. I was so kind to you when I didn't have to be, but I was," Maloney said on Lala Kent's Give Them Lala podcast that same month. "The fact that you didn't really step up or appreciate that or recognize that, and you walked all over that and you took a giant dump on it, you're an idiot." The Minnesota native, for his part, later revealed that he found out about Sandoval's affair. "I learned about the affair in August. The one-night stand was in August, and then it became, from my viewpoint, it became an emotional affair, which is still inappropriate, but I didn't think it was linear," he said on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen 1 month later, which seemed to contradict the timeline he mentioned during the season 10 reunion. Then in January, he came to me and told me he was in love with Raquel. Exactly. The math ain't mathin'. It's all over the place. Doesn't make any sense. Boy, bye. Tom Schwartz recalled how Tom Sandoval placated him into not sharing the information. "He's like a shell of himself. He's not realizing the negative impact that this has had on other ventures, business bars, the band," he added. "He took advantage of my kindness and put a lot of people, not just myself, in very compromising situations where our integrity was at stake. I think Tom has ADHD, and honestly, he became obsessed. He's notorious for having an obsession." Side note, Tom Schwartz, you are 40, pushing 41, 42. Who knows your real age? Because I think Tom Schwartz, Tom Sandoval, and Jax, they all are between 40 and 43, maybe 44 at this point, because we're halfway through 2023 at this point. So they're all around that age. dude, you're in your 40s. You can no longer act like you don't have your own mind and you don't have your own agency. Tom Schwartz does what Tom Schwartz wants to do. And he acts like this buffoon, like, oh, I don't know, I'm just some pansy patsy, when he doesn't want to take responsibility or have any consequences for what he chose to do. You chose to keep the secret. For whatever reason, you chose to keep it. Just say, I didn't want to get involved. And that's fair. To be perfectly honest, Tom Schwartz didn't have to tell Ariana anything. He could have just chose to keep his mouth shut and keep it poppin'. Where I think Tom Schwartz went wrong is, one, don't blame your actions on somebody else. You chose to keep the secret for whatever reason, and that's fine. But where he really went wrong was when he participated in the cover-up. When he participated in acting like he was into Raquel, the fake kissing, the fake all of that stuff, knowing it was really, really hurting Katie. At the expense of somebody else's feelings, you're playing with somebody else to cover up somebody else's lie. That's where I think Tom Schwartz went wrong. You know what I mean? That's where it's disgusting. Do you all day, but there's an evilness when you do something at the expense of somebody else's feelings. That's what is disgusting about this whole situation. Ugh. Let's keep going. At the time, Tom Schwartz also hinted that he was currently in a good place with Ariana. I think right now she's completely indifferent to me, he revealed. I still love Ariana. I'm here if she ever needs me, and I'll respectively reach out sporadically. Maddox, meanwhile, took a brief break from social media before returning to issue a thank you to her inner circle, where she did her whole statement. This is the thing. Ariana, if I were you, I would never, ever trust Tom Schwartz again. You don't need a friend like him. He let you know exactly where his allegiance was. He let you know exactly what the deal is. You don't need to have him in your life, And just like it goes on to say, it is the deception and the nefarious nature of it all, especially the relationship between Raquel and Ariana, and how she would allow Ariana to love up on her and be best friends with her, and allow Ariana to open up about her relationship with Sandoval to her, Katie shared on Tuesday. It's so sick and awful. And I think that really sums it up. It's the nefariousness of it all. It's the evilness of it all. It's the deception. It's the lies. Like, if you want to have this affair, if you think you're in love, whatever, have at it. But it's all the evil things that they did, all the collateral damage in the way, that really makes the situation so sick and grossed out. But as always, I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. What do you think about Katie saying that Ariana is grossed out by Tom Schwartz? I'm personally grossed out by him too. And I'm also grossed out with Tom Sandoval and Raquel having sex in her car. It's just a gross mental picture. Anyway, and where do you think the relationship should go from here? Do you think Ariana should forgive Tom Schwartz and never have him back in her life? Do you think Katie should forgive Tom Schwartz and have him back in her life? Personally, hell no. I think Katie should cut ties with Schwartz, and I think Ariana should cut ties with Schwartz, because Schwartz is just as complicit and participatory in the evil cover-up as Tom Sandoval is. He's not the one who did it, but he participated in the cover-up. If you and your friend go rob a bank and you just sit in the car, you're still going to jail. So even though Tom Schwartz just sat in the car and drove the getaway car, he's still just as liable. All right, you guys, put it down below what you think. But before you do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and share, and join our newsletter about down below. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Welcome to The Soft Life with me, Candy Washington, where we explore all things self-love, manifestations, and relationships with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. So be sure to subscribe, share, and join us on Patreon.